Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, if you guys could please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could leave a comment down below, I don't care what it is, it super helps my channel out. It is Friday morning, it's bright and early, we're back in the shop. It's gonna be a good day. We kick butt all week, that way we could have a little bit of an easier going day today. We still have lots of little things to do, and I'm hoping to get to some more cleaning and organizing of the shop. I'm moving some things around. But the first part of the day, we got to get Shawn's car out of the booth. It came out amazing. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute. But first of all, if you guys are interested in any merch, we have lots of merch. I have some in stock, and of course I can order more as well, and we can drop ship it right to you. You don't have to actually come in. You don't have to come in and pay. You don't have to come in and pick it up. We can send it right to you, all remotely. We got lots of things. We have some things. We have our embroidered beanies. We have both logos. We have embroidered trucker hats, embroidered dad hats. We have shop tees, we have license plate frames, we have shop hoodies, we have all sorts of things. We're gonna do some new spring designs as well, so stay tuned for that. But everything went pretty good yesterday. I didn't quite get out of here by 4:30. I was here till about 6, so we're gonna dip in the spray booth and check it out. Everything went really good, but I just had lots of people coming in and customers coming in, and every time I got pulled away from the job, it just set me back a little further behind. But everything came out amazing. I was able to get the rest of the car prepped out. I got it clean. I cannot stress that enough because there was so much grease in the nooks and the crannies of every crevice of this engine compartment. He did a really good job pressure washing, but I also disassembled the car a little bit more. I removed the booster, master cylinder. I took bumper rebar off. Stuff like that. So it was pretty dirty, so I had to do a lot more cleaning before I could get it inside the spray booth. But everything came out really good. It's really scary when you got a lot of grease and dirt and stuff like that because it could cause paint reactions. Paint does not like oil or grease or anything like that, so even a fingerprint can ruin the paint and you'd be starting all over from scratch. So luckily we didn't have a single reaction. Everything worked out perfect. Paint laid out flawlessly. These are just the fender jams alone. I don't know if you guys can see how nice that looks, but the clear laid out just beautiful. Looks really good. You can see we got the inner part of the door jammed as well. We got the part that goes behind the rocker panel jammed, and of course you can see it on the other side there. And here is the engine compartment. Absolutely beautiful. Laid out really nice and wet. He's gonna be super pumped. I sent him some pictures. He's already just in awe. Can't wait for him to see it. Since Shawn has Fridays off, I told him if he comes in a little bit early, I can give him a hand hanging fenders and put the hood back on, put the latch back in. We got some rubber bump stops and stuff that go in the hood as well. So we'll be installing those, and we'll just get a few parts hung, like the bumper rebar in place. And just a few things like that in place. That way he can get this back on the trailer and get it back to his shop. But gosh, it came out amazing, guys. If you look, I do have it up on jack stands, and that was so I could crawl underneath here and actually crawl up in and actually sit down inside here. And I rotated 360 degrees with the paint gun about 6 inches from my face. And I was just coating every which way. So absolutely pumped. It's super hard to get paint in all these crevices, really hard to coat the back sides of the strut towers, but came out absolutely beautiful. I like to leave the hinges in place if I can, since they are seam sealed in place, but everything's nice and wet. It's gonna look good. By the time everything's in here, the only thing you're really gonna notice is these areas, top of the core support, and probably the top part of the firewall where the bin is, but looks like a brand new car. Actually better than new. They never looked this good from the factory. Here's the hood. Same thing. Came out really nice. Now if you see, I left the SRS decal. I like to leave the OEM decals for a cleaner look. He is probably going to be getting the emissions decal to go there as well. But I did, if you look, I already have part of it unmasked. Now I do that when it's wet to pull a nicer line. So I already pulled the fine line masking tape off from there, and here is the rest. We're just gonna pull that off now since I kind of had it peeled. And I didn't pull the rest of it off last night because everything was still wet. Didn't want to accidentally touch the paint with my fingertip or anything, so there we go. So Looks super clean to leave the decals in place. I did do a little seam seal action here where he did his Bozer hood extension. You can see it there as well. So now there's no crevice and crack there. So now everything kind of looks a little more, I guess, OEM-like. We did coat the bumper rebar. Even though you don't see this part really, you still see just a little bit of it possibly if he doesn't put the OEM AC block-off plate back in place. Sometimes you can see down in here and still see the bumper rebar. So if that bumper rebar was still white, you'd see it. So we could have done it like black or something, but color matched always looks really good. So battery tray came out pretty good, looks pretty good. We'll put that in place. But anyways, Shawn will be here shortly. We'll get everything unmasked. We'll get it back down on the ground. We'll get the upper control arms and the tops of the strut assemblies bolted back up, get them tight. We'll get our hood latch in and cabled. We'll get our bump stops and plastic plugs back in place, and we'll at least get the fenders hung and get the hood back on to get this thing rolling and back on the trailer. So anyways, guys, it was a busy week to get to that point, so I was super pumped that it is painted and ready to be picked up. I did not want to go into Friday still having to paint, so we have a busy week next week as well, and I crammed a couple more jobs, more than I probably should have next week, so I am definitely on overload next week. But business is good, everything's good, life's good, happy. So anyways, like this video, leave a comment down below, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.